I noticed it first during Brexit. There was no nuance.
Yeah.
If you're pro Brexit, you were a gammon. If you're pro Remainer, you were a fascist or communist, whatever. Remainer. So there was no. It was impossible to have that conversation in any detail. So I voted Leave, not because for any other reason other than I do not believe in big organisations.
Yeah, me too.
We have our own sovereignty.
Yeah, I just don't believe. I think
That's me. I'd be honest with you. I was well in favour of free movement as long as you had those temporary limits on people when they came into the EU, like Poland. The problem is, it was all about big government. I mean, I was always thinking, if the EU's so marvellous, where's my high-speed international rail connection?
Also, it was when we voted for Brexit and we saw with our eyes, they all tried to... Starmer did the speaking, and anyway, Kay, you're still there, aren't you?
Just quickly,
Yeah.
how damaging was it to your career to express some political views?
Well, we mean with Brexit or with COVID?
No, I mean with any of it.
Brexit, not really.
Not really.
COVID, we were cancelled. We're still cancelled to a degree over here. The UK, England, yeah.
Because we've all been told, and obviously this show ignores it. Don't book Right Said Fred. Yeah. They're extremists on on COVID.
They're called Far Right Said Fred.
Yeah. No, we had a book, autobiography was cancelled.
Wow.
About 100 shows. We had a film cancelled. We had about 2 or 3 commercials cancelled.
We lost a lot of money.
And then we had sort of usual, we had death threats and the all usual sort of.
And as I said to other people, never been honoured by the government in a way that's normally.
Is this because of the Brexit thing?
No, that's because of
COVID.
Because we said our position was, if you want to get vaccinated, fine, but just don't push it on me. It should be down to the individual.
Yeah. And you were right. It turns out probably.
Hey, but by the way, where you lived, I mean, you two were I mean, I was living on my own.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I've always been completely honest about this. My mother was dying during COVID. I was put under house arrest as you were, but I was on my own. You know, it started with a glass of wine at 5 o'clock, and then it became earlier and earlier and earlier. And I was eating yesterday's pizza and drinking vodka for breakfast. Right? That's what happened.
Yeah.
I'm not getting a taxi to Slough to get vaccinated. I mean, if I'm going to have to sit on my own, at least
the vodka probably kept you all right. Anyway, Kay, you're still there. You're still with the lads.
I'm still here. Well, I can't get a word with them.
No, you go. Kay. Let's leave you alone with the lads.
Go on, Kay. Go on.
All I'm going to say, boys, I adore you. I grew up with you. My goodness, you're amazing, and keep going keep fighting that political fight because you're amazing.
Very kind of you. Thank you very much. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care.
Take care, darling.
Yeah, I just feel really strongly about truth telling and remembering the principles upon which we all agree. Have the right to demur rather, the right to argue, the right to choose, the right to speak, all these,
which has all been banned since Blair.
To what extent? But to what extent? Look, we end up in this studio having come from completely different backgrounds on this, but it seems to me that in some way I can't explain, being a musician is about telling a story of your age. Yes. Now, it's not like writing an essay like I would do, so I can't necessarily explain how that is, but it seems to me to be logical that in the way that I'm Too Sexy is about, I would have suggested, the fun and hope of the 1990s. Right. Soviet Union was falling, it's all going to be marvellous. We're all going to be friends together. In 1995, we believed there would never be a war again, all that sort of thing. It seems to me that social commentary and politics actually are the same thing. How is that true, or am I talking garbage?
No, I think they are. The sadness, I think, is a lot of pop music has stopped. All pop music seems to me has stopped commentating pretty much. So if you go back into the 60s and early 70s, some of the biggest stars, Joan Baez and Bob Dylan and some of these people, their social commentary was the spine of what they did, and now it's all I'm in love with your body by Ed Sheeran.
Well, they do have like that one Billie Eilish. They have stupid thoughts, where they've got to go along with the crowd, like we all live on stolen land. We'll give it back to the Indians then.
Yeah, I know
it's very very woke.
I think
it's horrific.
But that then begs the question. Could two normal blokes like you having a bit of fun, making music that you think is cool. Could you do it nowadays? Because it seems to me...
I think you could.
Could you?
Through online. Social media.
You'd never get
So
signed.
ignoring the record labels?
Yeah, we wouldn't go near them. No. You don't need to. There's a rapper called Tom McDonald, does really, really well. 5 Times August.
All online.
Because I watch these big record labels, and what makes me what makes me happy is at least I'm not a bloody shareholder.
Yes.
Because I mean, they're losing money left, right, and centre. They're saying, "Oh, Dylan Mulvaney will like a Bud Light." Well, nobody else is offering it.
I know.
Well, the thing to remember, every artist should remember that what happens is when you go into a label, you think the guy behind the desk has got all the power. That's what you think when you're a kid, and it's not true. The person with the power is you, the artist, because you have the product, and that's what they want. Then what drives me mad is when artists...
Yeah, but you haven't got the power when you sign for them. This is what Prince and George...
No.
They didn't have the power when they signed because they weren't famous.
I disagree, because they want a lump of your money.
That's what they want.
the reality.
Yeah.
Because they're going...
Yeah, but you don't have power when, like George Michael, you haven't got power at first. But then you have big hits.
You can. Yes, you can, if you've got enough leverage.
Hiya. Hi, guys. There's something to hear from you, because I don't know if you agree with me, but I think music has really got so boring. Now, it might be my age.
Right.
But I do, I mean, how many successful? I mean, you got Swiftie.
Yeah.
She is brilliant. She's got her screwed on. Yeah,
but you're right, you don't have the big pop stars, or maybe it's because we're old, but you don't have it's different, isn't it, in this Spotify era?
I think
I love music, but I found it all sounds the same now.
That's because it's written by the same people, released by the same people, and produced by the same people,
You've been sampled by Drake, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, so you do all right.
Say that again?
Yeah, you guys were fun. Where's all the fun gone?
I think, there's not much fun in the UK right now, generally. And I think
I know, but we've got to try and find some where we can find it, haven't we? And music is a good one.
I think art reflects the world around it. And to that extent, I think it's all got a bit bland.
In the recession, like in the 70s, this is when glam rock and Slade came out. So maybe we're entering that sort
Changed
of...
it.
Maybe.
Very
different times.
Yeah, the trouble is you couldn't. A guy couldn't get on stage like David Bowie did back in the day and do the whole, sort of androgynous thing, because he'd be accused of being
he'd get cancelled.
He'd get cancelled because he's transphobic. It's all,
like comedians, you can't really
no,
get.
You can't. I was watching Andrew Lawrence the other day.
It seems to me. I mean, I've never received anything from this company telling me what to say or what to do or anything like that. But it seems to me that's what every artist gets. Say this, do that.
Artists are really weak.
Billie Eilish is like the McDonald's of music.
Yeah.
Let's just come up with any old rubbish and stick it out.
Yeah. No, I agree.
What we discovered during COVID and the animosity we had from other artists is that they are terrified to put their head above the parapet.
Why are you not?
Why are we not?
Honestly,
I don't care. Don't care what people think.
Do you still mix in every celebrity circles?
No,
did you used to, though?
We tried it, and I didn't really...
We ended up talking to some very boring people.
Did you meet like George Michael and...
Didn't really meet... I met George a couple of times. We met a lot. The only person we did hang out with who I really liked was...
Michael Hutchence.
Was Michael Hutchence.
Yeah.
In excess. He was a lovely man.
He didn't care, did he?
No, he was a lovely man.
The reality is about celebrity hangouts, they're all right until they get on the sniff. And then they will bore you, Shedlers, for hours. Like you're going, just get out. And we can't say this we can't say which individuals, but there are some people that you've seen on the telly who seem fun. They will bore your arse off.
Have you got any good Michael Hutchence story that you had a few nights out?
We got
blottoed at Blake's.
We got blottoed at Blake's.
Yeah, Blake's is gone. We had a good night with him at the music awards in Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
That was
did you ever meet Kylie? Because they had a little thing, didn't
they? Yeah, we did.
I met her once. She's all right, isn't she?
Great bottom.
Yeah, lovely bottom.
Yeah.
Very small.
Yeah.
You can't stand her, no?
No, I can't stand her.
Sting was very nice. We met Sting.
I know the substance.
Was he nice, Sting?
Yeah, he was actually.
He
was
to us.
Really? He was all right to you.
Yeah,
he wasn't all right to Andy Summers, was he?
No,
with every breath you take.
I know.
Yeah, they've had a bit of a. Well, I don't know.
Because that guitar bit is important in it, isn't it? It's vital.
Absolutely, exactly.
Yeah,
well, I think when you get to any artist that doesn't, it's a team effort always. It doesn't matter, even if you're the main writer, you've got guys around you that make.
Well, some bands like Queen, they always split the money whoever wrote it. So they all got credits, didn't they?
Well, they should have stopped the minute Freddie died.
personally.
Do you think so?
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, they weren't Queen without.
No.
But you weren't Queen without the. Sorry, you weren't Fred. you weren't Right Said Fred without that other one.
Hey, the guy with the hair.
Yeah.
That was who was the real star, the guy with the hair.